Hello, everybody. Gage says it's empty. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hey, everybody. Thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews. Today, we got us another Virginia craft brew. This is Apocalypse Ale Works Hopocalypse Imperial Red Ale. This comes in at 8%. Doug and Lee Johns are the brewers there. Lee, she is an awesome brewer. And Doug is, I want to say, the other hand, or the other half of that. He runs, I met them several years ago before they started the brewery. He had a little home brewing place there where you could go and buy home brew supplies, and he told me of this. They were going to acquire the building next door, which was an old firehouse, and they were going to turn it into a brewery. And you know, a lot of people have big aspirations, but this actually happened. But I wasn't aware at the time that she was a brewer also, like him. He was a home brewer, and she has become the head brewer at the brewery. So one of the few women that are the head brewers at craft beer breweries, and it's becoming more popular. There are more and more women getting into this, and that's a good thing. That really is, and she's pretty good at what she does. So, and when I seen this, they just started doing the canning. Up to now, last year I did some reviews on site there in Forest, Virginia, and I posted those. And they just started doing some canning. They're not dating yet, but this is their Imperial Ale, and it's an Imperial Red according to what it says here. But what I was intrigued by, was the skeleton on the back, the skull and the skeleton, and it looks like he's dropping hop cones, flaming hop cones down into the beer. And I'm a sucker for a skull on a can or a bottle. I am. So got them all. I got them everywhere. I'm a sucker for some skulls. So, but I seen this and I said, oh yeah, we're gonna have to review this. So I picked it up, and we're gonna see what it's about, guys. IBUs on this beer are 110, so this should be a hop monster. I'm hoping it's not going to be too bitter, but with 110 IBUs, it's going to be a little on the bitter side. So we'll see what it brings. I have not had this beer since I was at the brewery, and that was I'm thinking it was beginning of last summer, but it may have actually been the summer before. I can't recollect now. So let's get on with this one. The food pairings for this beer. For your amber red ale, it says the cheese is a sharp blue cheddar, the meat's beef, poultry, and fish. Glassware to pint, becker, non tumbler, mug, stein, of ale. I'm going to use the Solvin beer glass, guys, and not recommended for extended cellarings because it is a hop bomb, supposedly, with 110 IBUs, and the skeleton or the skull is dropping flaming hop cones into the beer. I'd say this should be a hop monster. So, that's all we need to talk about, I think. So, without me flapping my gums like I have been lately, let's get the cap, the top, the tab, whatever you want to call that little device on the top of this can, and get it into the glass, guys. It's pouring a rich amber color. Doesn't look really red coming out of the can, but it does have a slight red tint to it in the glass. And I showed you the front of the label. I'm going to spin it around here where y'all can see that skull dropping those flaming hop cones in there. Really nice artwork there. And it got the guy's signature that did the artwork on that. So that's half the game on these beers, guys. These very intriguing and uh, I'm going to say off the wall names, but very colorful, if you will. Alright, poured a big massive head, about 2 fingers of head, over into the light. It's not perfectly clear. I can see the bulb through it, but it's got a slight haze to it. And it looks pretty red in the glass. It's not blood red, but it has a deep copperish red color to it. A lot of bubbles streaming up, reinforcing that big head. Looks good in the glass. Let's get a nose on it, guys. Ooh, yeah. Now, this is not your West Coast style beer with a super hot profile like an Enjoy By or a Pliny or a lot of that West Coast style beer where it's just grapefruit, pineapple just off the chain. To me, I'm getting grapefruit, but it's like a white grapefruit or something. It's not your typical grapefruit. A slight hint of some pininess in there, but it's not the West Coast style. It's really not. I was really expected to have a massive, monstrous hop profile, but I'm not getting that for 110 IBUs. There's some caramel and toffee in there. It's got a sweetness to it, but it's not overly sweet in the nose. Not like a barley wine. And it's got a citrusy smell to it. So let's give it a taste and see what we got. See what the taste brings to the table. Cheers. Very unique beer. Caramel, toffee, citrusy. I don't know what hops they use in this, but it's got a unique flavor. I don't know if they're using maybe some New Zealand hops or something, because some of these hops have a very different hop profile. I am not detecting the alcohol. For an 8% Imperial, very different. And it says right here on the can, 110 IBUs. This is a 2014 silver medal winner. Wow, very impressive. That is so, everything is so well made together. Nothing is standing out to me more than the other. Like the hops are not standing out or the malt's not standing out. Everything seems to come together very, very well. So easy drinking for an 8%er, for an Imperial Ale. Maybe some hint of some oranges or something in there too. Getting a little spiciness in there to it too. Maybe some little peppery spiciness or something. Still very pleasant. Right out of the fridge, 40 degrees. Awesome lacing is leaving on the glass. Let's do the deal. Do the drill. Take it back and let her taste it. Come back and do the final chug. I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. Got a little left here. Very tasty. Very, very tasty. I'm so impressed by a lot of the local craft breweries around here. Parkway, Hopocalypse, Big Lick, Soaring Ridge, Bull and Bones. We have so many breweries that are starting up. I mean, every day there's a new one somewhere in the country starting up. It hasn't been that long ago, 10 years ago, the number was very, very small. And every day, I mean, it's exploding, guys. The craft beer industry is exploding. And you can tell that by the commercials that Budweiser has been posting about their beer is not to be examined, and they're right, it's not to be examined. If you want to buy an 18-pack or a 24-pack of that and just drink them one after the other till you're face down in the dirt, yeah, that's what that beer is for. There is no taste. Unless you like a taste of rice or corn or something like that, yeah. And they're buying up as many of the craft breweries as they can get their damn hands on. Anybody that's willing to sell to them, they're willing to buy them out usually. So they hear us. Our numbers are increasing. They know the craft beer industry is exploding and taking away from their market shares. But like I've told you guys before in several different videos over the years, since Prohibition, the big three, Coors, Miller, Budweiser, have controlled the distribution of beers. And they still do in Virginia. If they don't want to carry your beers, they don't have to. And if they don't carry your beers, you're just screwed, blued, and tattooed. There's no way for you to get your beers into the market unless they do. And they have the deep pockets and the megabucks and the lobbyists to control that, which is communist as far as I'm concerned. So, and it's been that way since Prohibition. It has. And even before Prohibition, they would come into town, and if there was somebody brewing beers and they wanted to take over, they would bring their beers in and price them below cost, just so people would buy their beers and those people would go out of business. So the very dirty tactics that they used back then, and like I said, they still control that now. So as far as I'm concerned, Miller, Bud, and Coors can go jump in a frickin' lake. If you want to get drunk and shit-faced and not spend a lot of money and don't care about the taste of the beer you're throwing down your neck, that's the way you need to go. It really is. But if you want to drink something that has a little more taste and doesn't have all that corn, rice, and other adjuncts thrown in there, craft beer is the way to go. So I don't want to sound like a beer snob, because I drank that crap for 30 years, guys. I've had my share. I've drank enough of it to float a damn battleship around as far as I'm concerned, and I choose not to drink that stuff anymore. Once I started homebrewing and realized you could actually have beer that actually tastes good, and you didn't have to drink it to get shit-faced. You can drink it for the taste and not for the effect, and that's what I do now. Being almost 60 years old, 58 years old, I don't get drunk anymore. I don't try to get drunk anymore. I don't drink beer to get drunk anymore. So that's just me. That's just my opinion. If you're 21 years old, or 25, or a young crowd, you probably still like to do that. You probably still like to get your buzz on and all that. And I don't want to have to drink 24 beers to get that done. I mean, if I wanted to drink 3 10%ers, I can get just as shit-faced as you can off of 12 to 15 of that swill. So that's just me, though. If I see you in a bar or a club, if I know you as a friend, I might suggest you something. I'm not going to look down my nose because you're drinking that, because I know what you're after. You're after to get your buzz on. But I don't want to have to drink 10 or 12 of them to make that happen. If I want to get my buzz on, I'll drink something with a little more taste, with a little bit bigger alcohol than a 5%er, and not have to drink 20 of them. So, just me, though. That's just me. All right, let's do the final chug on this one. Very tasty beer that Doug and Lee Johns has got. Very nice brewery they have over there in Forest, Virginia. They got their beers in several different restaurants, and the only way you could get them up till shortly was to go to one of those restaurants that had their beers on tap, or go to the brewery. But now they're canning them. All of us can enjoy them. They don't have a big distribution, I don't think, but that's going to increase over time. So, more power to the small guy and the small girl. Cheers. Well, very tasty. I love this can with the skull dropping the flaming hot balls into the glass. Awesome artwork. Awesome artwork. Just to buy the can, just the artwork is enough to buy this beer. It is. And it's not a pricey beer. You can drink an 8%er, and this beer wasn't but about $2. And it's got a lot more taste than you're going to get from the big three. Easy decision for me, guys. Real easy. Don't take a rocket scientist to figure that out. Of course, I ain't no rocket scientist. But it took me 50 some years to figure out what I wanted to drink. And not just to get shit-faced and be laying on the couch the next day feeling like doo-doo. So, great beer from these guys here. As far as I'm concerned, I do think this is an A beer. I'm going to give it an 8, which is an A-. If it had the date on the can, on the bottom of the can, I would probably step up and give it a 9 for this. Very easy drinking 8%er. Very nice. Very nice Imperial Red Ale. Let's go see what everybody else thinks. We'll go over to Beer Advocate. Beer Advocate says 89 in a very good range. If I was putting a numeric rating, it would probably be a 90 or 91. So we're real damn close to what these guys are saying. And over to Rate Beer. Rate Beer says overall 86. And they have 42 in the style. 86 and an 89 and a 90 or 91 for me. Pretty impressive beer, very tasty. So if you can get your hands on any of the Hopocalypse Ale Works beers, this is their Hopocalypse Imperial Red Ale. The artwork's enough just to pick it up. Very nice. Especially if you're into skulls like I am. Alright guys, if you've had it, let me know what you think. And come on back tomorrow. We're going to take that walk into the kitchen and see what's in the fridge. See you then.